again, guys, and welcome back to the Women Entrepreneur Success Show. I am so excited to be with you for another episode of what is a relaunched show. We are here each and every week to give you tips and tools and practical strategies so that you can create wild success on your own terms, right? So we're going to cover not only the obstacles and objections and struggles and challenges, but also the opportunities and the behind the scenes stuff of what being a successful women entrepreneur looks like. And I'm just very excited to be relaunching, not just with excitement of my own, but also with incredible sponsors who are proud to be part of the Women Entrepreneur Success Show and the Women Who Wow brand. So very excited about that. I do want to make sure that I am sharing this video so that the people, the women entrepreneurs who need to hear it, can hear it and do hear it. And all right, so I'm going to go ahead and share this to my page so we get people on here. Now, our topic today is confidence and cash, 3 ways to create each. And so we're going to talk about 3 specific ways to stay confident even when things feel uncertain. We're also going to talk about 3 ways that are really working right now to create cash, right? So I'm excited about both of those topics. But in addition to this weekly show for women entrepreneurs, Women Who Wow actually creates daily resources that will help you in your business. We do that right here on facebook.com/Women Who Wow. We also produce evergreen and timeless content on our LinkedIn channel and behind the scenes footage and pictures into sort of my life as a woman entrepreneur over on Instagram. So if you're not connected to us there, definitely do that. And that is in addition to all of the stuff that happens behind the wall of Women Who Wow within the community of Women Who Wow. So if you are not a member, but you do consider yourself seriously driven, I want you to message me about fixing that. We need to get you into membership, or in some cases back into membership. Speaking of, Women Who Wow is getting so much more exciting with the addition of ongoing sponsors and sponsorship, not just this show, but also other aspects of our brand, including all of the sponsors that are in this box. And if you are on this live stream, you have a chance to win this gift box. Now, the box looks like this, blah, 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 right? It's a big box, and our sponsors include, everything from the Hungry Monkey Baking Company. Oh my gosh, this is chocolate peanut butter pretzel smork. It is a marshmallow, guys. You definitely want to get that. Revival Skincare, which is heavenly. Revival Goddess Facial Serum and Revival Goddess Unveil Facial Polish. We have a pineapple peel. We have soap. I'm not even going to show you everything is in here. We have SoBar, which is a bar that helps you get sober if you've drunk too much. We have these Ecotherapy mints made with CBD oil. They have, this is the Awake, this is the Revive. Rest and Relax are the other 2 kinds of this, and it is absolutely amazing. I'm trying to think of what else we have in here. Vitamin toothpaste. Can you see that? I'm not sure. Yeah, vitamin paste to give you vitamins while you brush. We've got CBD oil. We've got facial oil. We have some keto cookies from Chipmunk Baking. We have all of these different things. And let me tell you how you can win. This box is actually today. It'll go out with your name and address if your name is drawn, and all you have to do in order to win is share this live stream. So if whoever shares the live stream with your personal friends, you will be entered to win. There's only a few people on here, so you have a great chance of winning this entire box. There's well over $300 worth of products in here. No strings attached, just share the live stream, and we will enter you to win. So let's talk about confidence, right? Let's talk about, well, first, I guess, the importance of confidence. So I am very, very grateful that my mom raised me to be confident, right? So I am very honest in that I know that my confidence far exceeds my actual ability, but I would have it another way, because I work with a lot of women and have worked with a lot of women over the years whose confidence really trailed behind their abilities. And it is something that holds women entrepreneurs back. I'm not saying it doesn't hold male entrepreneurs back, but it does seem to plague women entrepreneurs. We are quick to give credit to other people and less credit to ourselves. It is definitely something that that we, struggle with more than our male counterparts. And I actually have an entire program on confidence, right? It's called Betting on You. And it is all about becoming the person that bets on themselves, and actually not just bets on themselves, because I've bet on myself when I had no other options, right? Like, it's easier to bet on yourself when you have no other options, but betting on yourself when you actually would prefer, right? So like, when the game is on the line, I am the person who wants the ball. Now, I have no athletic ability at all. I'm using it as an analogy. But in life, I'm always going to bet on me. It is my preference as well as my habit. So confidence. One thing to keep in mind is that confidence is at sort of an all-time low right now, because uncertainty is at an all-time high right now. And so I want to talk about two kind of standard ways to build your confidence, and one which is the most important way, and it's also the hardest, but it gives the most an increase. So in confidence, the first thing you've got to do is remember who you are, right? So when my mom was growing up, she, literally, didn't have the best childhood, was in foster care and stuff like that. But she heard this person who told her that God created her and he didn't make any junk. And like, she cleaved to that, right? She always remembered who she was. And I want you to remember who you are. I want you to, to increase your confidence. It's easy to judge what we've done perhaps, or what we've not done, what we've fallen off the wagon of, what we haven't followed through with. And I want you to remember who you are and who you are created to be, right? Like, you came to this world with a purpose that impacts others, and there's no sense in playing coy with that purpose or playing small with that purpose. I want you to remember who you are. And if you want to go back to before you started disappointing yourself, before disappointing circumstances came your way, remember who you were when you dreamed the biggest. And that's one way to go back to getting confidence. The second way is to remember your high moments. Right? Really quickly, as new people join us, guys, if you want to win this box from our sponsors, full, well over $300 worth of stuff, amazing stuff, all you have to do is share this live stream, share it with your friends, and you'll be entered to win. So the first thing with confidence is to remember who you are. The second thing is remember your high moments. These are the two kind of obvious ways to increase your confidence. But the third one is the most impactful. So remember your high moments, right? Like, I always keep cards of thank you. It's one thing to have testimonials that are on your site, but honestly, I really treasure the emails and the testimonials that come to me in private emails or private gift card, private cards or whatever, right? Greeting cards, because I really treasure those up, right? And I remember one lady who, she's given me a great testimonials and really great affirmations about the difference I've made in her business. And I sometimes struggle with how to respond to that, right? And I said to her, whenever people tell me like the difference I've made, I treasure it in my heart, right? Like, I really mull it over in my heart. And I encourage you to do the same. We tend to dwell on lower moments. And I just want to encourage you to build your confidence. Not only remember who you are, but remember your high moments. Really congratulate yourself. And remember that that high moment was not your height, right? It was not your ultimate height. It was not the maximum height. It was just one piece of evidence of what you're capable of. Now, the third step for confidence, and this is the one that I'm so excited to share, is if you want rock solid confidence, follow through on your promises to yourself. We can blame moms all day long for our lack of confidence, or we can blame that bully in high school, or we can blame anything else. But let me tell you something, woman. If you have a confidence issue, I don't care where it came from, but let me tell you, if you begin following through on your promises to yourself, nothing builds confidence like that. Your confidence is rock solid because you're able to bet on yourself. You're able to trust yourself. And lopsided view of that, or the flip side of view of that, is when you make promises to yourself, when you make commitments to yourself and you don't follow through, and you do not share, you don't learn how to bet on yourself, you can't trust yourself to do what you said you were going to do, nothing erodes confidence like that. So I don't care where your lack of confidence came from, but if you want to build it, start making promises and keeping them to yourself. So often we'll make promises to other people and we worry about keeping those promises, but we do not flip it around to being the person that we can bet on, that we can bank on, and that we can trust. So that's my number one tip for building confidence. And if you are struggling with confidence, message me about the Betting on You program. It's 21 days in immersion into confidence building, and I promise you it will impact your cash flow. Speaking of cash flow, I want you to turn your attention to your cash creation strategies that you're doing right now. The truth is the world has changed a wee bit, right? Like this year has been kind of topsy-turvy and a little bit unexpected, right? Certainly full of a lot of uncertainty, and our life has changed in a lot of ways. But there are three, strategies or tips or tactics, that are working really well for cash creation right now. And I just wanted to share them with you. So the first one is content that is compelling and consistent with a call to action. So I'm big on content marketing, and in fairness, I always have been. I mean, probably the last 12 or 14 years, I have put my begging pants on and asked members and clients to make a commitment to their content marketing, not because it was cool or popular, but even back then I would talk about how it differentiated you, right? It made it to where you couldn't easily be compared to other people within your industry, other people who technically sold what you sold. But as we get into more of a digital world, a global world, as we're more virtual, guys, the boundaries have opened up. That's a good thing for business. But it used to be that if you were a butler, if you were like a chiropractor or a businessman in one area, guys, that would be your market, right? And so if they had a bunch of people who were in your area, then you would only have to compete against the competitors right then. The boundaries opened up. It gives you a bigger market, but you also have more competitors. And so content is the way to show your market why they should buy and work with you over any other option out there. Otherwise, if you are not producing compelling, consistent content, then you are going to be reduced in the minds of your market to a dollar for dollar comparison. Guys, this is not where we want to be as entrepreneurs. We do not ever want to compete on price. We've got to have compelling content that not just answers the question, why should I work with you over any other option I have available to me, but also gets the attention of your market and speaks to their soul, right? People are making emotional buying decisions more today than they ever have. And you want to make sure that you are speaking soul to soul to your market. So that's a great cash creation strategy. By the way, if you're new here and you're just finding the Women Entrepreneur Success Show, you can win over $300 of stuff from our Women Who Wow sponsors, right? All you have to do is share this video with your people and you will be entered to win, so that you can win over $300 of products just from our sponsors, amazing, amazing sponsors who are proud to be part of the Women Who Wow brand and the Women Entrepreneur Success Show. So make sure that you share this video so that I can draw your name and you can win the box. So the first step with cash creation strategies working really well today is content. It must be compelling, meaning you can't just teach. You've got to preach. You got to get passionate. You got to get convicted, right? You've got to be convinced in what you're saying. The second thing is you want it to be consistent, right? You've got to show up regularly to have a conversation with your market. You don't, hopefully, just speak to your husband or your best friend once a week on a schedule, right? I do Women Entrepreneur Success Show every Tuesday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern. However, I also show up daily to have conversation with women entrepreneurs, right? because I don't expect relationships to grow when I'm only showing up inconsistently or every random time. Your content has to be compelling, it has to be consistent, and you've got to have calls to action. We're talking about cash creation strategies. If you want to have a cash creation strategy, by God, you have got to have a call to action. You've got to invite them to buy from you. All right, so second strategy for cash creation that's working really well right now is doing the unscalable. Doing the unscalable. I am so excited that our sponsors came on because I just mailed out, I spent, I think, $300 at the post office to mail out sponsor gifts to you guys, right? It's doing the unscalable stuff. Alicia, your box is on its way to you. You're going to love everything in it. Doing the unscalable, getting those personal touches, right? I still personally email back everybody who joins my email list at bmichellepippin.com. I still do that. Right? I don't do it the same way I did before, but I actually still do that. I do the personal touches. As we have gone into a digital and virtual world, the people who create raving fans, the people who create clients and members for life are the people who do the unscalable. So what are you doing that can't be replaced by some automated series, guys? I want you to really show up for your people. There's a ton of ways to like repurpose content. I could probably make it seem like I was doing this live, 10 years from now. But I don't see a lot of value in pretending to be somewhere where I'm not. I want to have real-time dialogue with you guys. Speaking of, put a comment in and let people know what you do better than anybody else. Put a comment right here. Let people know that I am the best at, or you should come to me for, or I love providing X, or whatever, right? Give yourself a shout out. So the cash creation strategies, content, because I'm big on content, doing the unscalable. And the third thing is to really up your passion with everything that you're doing in your business, right? So I feel like I'm a pretty boring person, to be blatantly honest with you guys, right? Like my desires are pretty, like I like to be at home. I like to hike. Like, I don't really go to concerts. I joked with someone the other day. I was like, this pandemic is actually having me miss things I didn't even ever do, right? I've been to one concert in my entire life. I was 19, and I don't desire that kind of thing. And so I used to look at other entrepreneurs on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and I would think, my God, how come I can never be exciting like that, because I'm not the person who's doing this activity and that activity. I couldn't do a reality TV show because unless you have a super dry sense of humor, it's going to be the most boring thing you've ever watched. But I can still show up with passion. I can still show up with fervor. I can still show up and preach it, right? I can still show up and preach to people about what I'm passionate about what the market is missing, about the lies being told to women entrepreneurs. I can still come out there and get on my pulpit and say, women, you can have it all, right? You don't have to settle. I can still go out there and have those conversations with women entrepreneurs. So the third strategy is to up your passion and up your preaching so that people know where your heart is. So frustrating. Anyway, I'm excited about this. I am so grateful for you guys. It is your first time on the Women Entrepreneur Success Show, your first live stream with me. Definitely let me know that in the comments, or you can PM me at m.me/womenwhowow. I look forward to getting to know you, and I cannot wait to comment here and let you know who got their box, who is going to get their great big box of our Women Who Wow sponsors. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate those of you guys who shared this video, and I look forward to seeing you next week on the Women Entrepreneur Success Show. But also just show up every day here. We've got a new, fresh resources that will help you build the business that you really want, and not really the business, but the life that you want. So really appreciate you being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.